This is Fanbox Gamer, and this is my third time recording this second part. Well, this second part to the first part, basically. So yeah, basically, he says, "Could you please stop looking at me?" That's what Deku says. Amy says, "Can't touch your wings," and he sighs. Sure. She touches her wing, completely freaking out, and then she goes back to her seat. Then what ends up happening is that Aizawa pops up and said it took you, and then basically, blah, 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 blah. Basically, Uraraka comes in. Uraraka comes in, and basically, what ends up happening is that she says, "Yeah, you're that skeleton guy that saved me, right?" "Yeah." Then Deku says, "Yeah, and you're welcome." And she says, "Thank you," and he says, "You're welcome." And then Aizawa comes in, says, "Good, you were all quiet." So, yeah. What then ends up happening is that he tells everyone except Izuku to go put on your sports uniform, I would say. So, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, that's what, that's, frick. My god. Can't speak today. And he basically, they go outside and they all see Izuku not wearing the sports uniform, I would say. And he questions why, because I would just rip it. And everyone questions us, and he says, Izuku. Here's about Izuku, you got first place in beating All Might's record, so you get first. He said, and everyone says, beating All Might's record. And then he turned into his 40-foot form, and everyone see this. Uraraka and Kachan or Bakugo, not surprised by this because they both saw his form, or should I say his true form, and then he throws the ball, and he basically uses the Justice Gun to shoot it even farther while not breaking the ball. It's just ricocheting it and keep going it farther and farther and farther. So yeah, that's what ends up happening. So yeah, that's what ends up happening. Then and yeah, that's what ends up happening. So yeah, and everyone questioned this, like, is this your quirk? No, this is my actual size. Then everyone is shocked again. Your actual size, and he explains, and everyone says okay and nods. But then he basically aces everything else. He just flies over Ida and gets first, and basically everything, I would say, except the ball throw, because you can't, because Uraraka throws the ball and you can't measure infinity, so I would say you get first and everything. And Mineta gets kicked out. He was being serious when Momo thought he was joking. He says, "No, I was being serious." Then it's the heroes versus villains, and I will probably go to and like the after the to when they introduced the sports festival. I haven't gotten this far, so might as well. In the heroes versus villains, Deku's just wearing the same thing, and yeah, well, it's basically the pair-ups are Kachan, or like Bakugo and Ida against. Who to pick? I don't want a chocolate to be on there. So let's say who else? let's say Kirishima. It's Kirishima, and yeah, it's Kirishima and Deku. And then like, they make a plan, like, and the two teams make the plan. So yeah, and basically the plan is to for Kaminari to be the distraction and Izuku to go and get the bomb. So he's just and like they don't even like no scratch that, like they don't even make the plan, like make a plan. Izuku just like goes to his 40 feet floor and climbs halfway up the building, grabs the bomb, and pulls it out of the building, causing somewhat damage to the wall. Like not too much damage. Like he breaks through that one wall and just grabs the bomb. And yeah, and it's down. And then the hero team wins. Cause yeah, he's overpowered. So yeah. And basically every match goes as normal, I would say. I forget which team Kirishima was on. So yeah, everything goes about the same. So yeah. Please remind me if anyone does know if the match went differently because of how Kirishima be on a certain team. So yeah, and they're basically gonna go to the USJ. He basically is. They're on the bus and they're all explaining their quirks. And then they asked and then he asked then Sue asked Deku or Izuku what his quirk is. He explained his quirk to be saffron. Saffron sand or saffron sands? Saffron? Yeah, saffron. And he explains that he can like do everything that the souls can. He also has this big thing on the over his head to somewhat be a shield, but not too much. It's not that durable. It's somewhat durable, but not too much. The giant half floating skull thing. So yeah, then basically 13 is like basically they're just at the USJ, and basically they Izawa and Nezu have entrusted Izuku to protect protect his class if anything, because like he's tall and big, like he's basically like they know his quirk and powers, like was like to say before, like he met up with the teachers and the principal and they explained everything. So he says he's fine with it. And yeah, so he's fine protecting the class and everyone else. The villain attack goes on. Basically, he senses a disturbance in like he senses something. Like he senses souls. He sends like then the port opens and then Shigaraki and the Nomu come through. Basically, just like that. So yeah. Basically, Ziku goes down, turned into his 40 feet form, and just starts whacking villains around. Not even. Aizawa just helping them to tie them up and, like, make sure they stay down, and then, like, he fights the Nomu. The Nomu doesn't. Like, the Nomu to him is just a little cockroach. He can just rip it apart. And yeah, but it still regenerates, but he just uses a giant Gaster Blaster. Like, let's say he can use a Gaster Blaster in his normal Sans magic, because, like, in the comic he couldn't use it, but let's say he can in this universe. He's overcome that barrier where he can't use it. So, like, before he couldn't use it, but now he can. It just completely incinerates the entire like incinerates the entire thing. The Nomu's gone. It's completely wiped out of existence, and Shigaraki just does his thing. Like, no one gets split up because Deku was here to protect them. Then basically everything is fine. So yeah, they capture all the villains. Shigaraki and Kirigori get away. So yeah. And then basically everyone goes up to question Deku on how he did that, and then he just says that I've been in better shape. Like, he took some hits and he took like some hits into the Nomu from the Nomu, So his soul is somewhat cracked, but not too much. Like the 2 cracks are in there, so he has to heal up. He heals up. He's completely fine. Like, yeah. Then basically they go and like some like people like they don't even take the bus. They ask Izuku if they give him right back to UA since it's quicker. So yeah. And like everyone's on there, including Aizawa. He's making sure everyone, like Deku, making sure everyone's safe on there, and he basically he lands in a push-up position so everyone can get off, and then he just shrinks down to his normal Bakugo-sized form, I would say, and then they just go in, and then the next day later, Aizawa, like I would say the next day later, I think it was 1 day time skip, I think, yeah. As I explained, the sports festival, everyone was pumped up because like they're fine. They didn't question it because Izuku's there to protect them. They don't need to question life. And in the villain attack, and then basically the 2 weeks of training starts. Izuku basically does nothing but increasing his quirk. I would say his usage of his gastro blasters and everything, and he just hands out Bakugo for that week and hangs out with Ida, and they also meet Momo and Jiro along the way, and they just all hang out, they all talk, and yeah, and then it's the day of the sports festival, and should I end it here? I'll go to 12, like 2 more minutes, if you allow me to, or I might change my mind. Then it's he basically, everyone is just waiting to get in, and yeah, basically, oh my god, Jesus, I can't speak, by God. Basically, kind of like Hiroshima says that they should put a warning on Midnight's costume. It's like, yeah, and then basically Izuku is the one to give the speech. And then he encourages everyone, like, he says everyone to do their best and make sure everyone, and to make it it's a competition, so he basically says everyone have fun, be confident in themselves, and yeah. So, yeah. Basically, what ends up happening is that Izuku is just what ends in the game back entirely. And everyone is questioning this, but only Class 1A knows what he's gonna do. Basically, Midnight says begin, and yeah. He just flies over the 0 robots, just kicking them, punching them. He's like, Todoroki tries to freeze him, but he just breaks out of it. Not even. He just flies over them, everything, basically. And he gets first place instantly. And that's where I'm gonna end it, everyone. So yeah, next I'll do the cavalry battle and the one-on-one fights. So yeah. Yeah, that's what's happening. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna end it, everyone. Make sure to like or subscribe. Hit that bell notification if you wanna basically want to see my videos, but you can do that if you want. And tell me in the comment section down below if I should change anything, rewrite anything, do ships. Like, I don't have any ships. I got no idea. I would probably maybe do Saffron Deku times Mina, I would say. Yeah. So that's it, everyone. Bye. And have a good day. Or have a good rest of your day or night. Whenever you're watching this. Bye.